Hello, my name is Rodrigo, and I'm here today to talk a little bit about myself and also my approach, how I teach English. As you know, I am a big fan of Stephen Krashen. I really like to show students. I am a very visual person. I think that students learn from seeing instead of me explaining what it is. So for that, I use my talents as a graphic designer, as a person who has an undergraduate degree in art, and I construct slides which I show them. For example, so in this particular context, I wanted to show the students this expression as though she were. We're talking here of something that is not true. Jim Jones had a secretary from the church dressed up as though she were a woman with a disability. What does this mean? She does not have a disability. She is perfectly healthy. But Jim Jones had her dressed up as though she were a woman with a disability, right? And sit in a wheelchair. So this is make believe. This is pretend. So I designed this slide with the fancy fonts, with the fancy letters, um, calling attention to the expression that I want to show them, which is as though she were. And then I present this slide in class and I make sure the student understand what the slide is. Once that happens, I go, I show them a clip, right?
He had a secretary from the church dressed up as though she were a woman with a disability.
You have a bad spinal condition.
Yes.
And your hip.
And sit in a wheelchair in the middle of this gigantic congregation. And he commanded her to stand.
Take that step. Bless your heart. Take that step.
And she did so. And he commanded her to walk, and she did so.
Move forward, darling. You can do it. Move forward.
And then she began to run.
Walk. Walk.
And understandably, the congregation lost their stuff. He had a secretary. He had a secretary from the church dressed up as though she were a woman with a disability.
You have a bad spinal condition.
So this is how I present ideas and expressions and phrases to students. I would also like to take this opportunity to show you, this is my profile, this is my Instagram profile, Rodriguinho do Inglês, where I feature many clips, right? Many clips and many slides where I write. When we finally landed, it became clear how difficult it would have been for anyone to leave Jonestown, okay? Another situation that is not reality, it would have been. I love to illustrate ideas. For example, this is a small video clip where Claudia Schiffer is talking about the objects in her bag. So I get just a fragments from the clip and I also add the subtitles. And this is particularly important for students who are elementary level.
A fragrance that Riccardo Tisci very sweetly put my initials on by Burberry, which I always use several times a day. Can't get enough of that. A little pouch by Musoma. So I have my rings in here. So if I go to dinner after my meetings and I want to zhuzh things up a little bit, I just choose something from here.
or they're the Kate jean. So these are Levi's 501s, and then these are Row boots. They're a bit high. They go up to the knee, but have a small little heel, which is my favorite because it's just comfortable.
So, this is my approach to teaching English. This is my Instagram, and this is how I go about working as an English teacher.